no idea why that just popped in my head. So. Going to sell some drugs. Because everybody knows when I say I'm going to sell something, it's because I'm selling drugs. It doesn't stink anymore. I washed it today. It got stinky. Oh, man. Just bored. Just thought I'd go live for this so I could bitch about fuck Israel and all that good shit. Hey, maybe there's somebody that needs to see a live feed right now with somebody saying fuck Israel. I always wonder what happened to that one kid, 15-year-old kid that came on here and was like, being a typical sort of shitty troll, but you could tell he was young, like, whatever. And then I happened to go live later that day, going to sell something, and he came on, and he was like, hey, I just wanted to apologize. After you got off, I was thinking about what you said, and suddenly it was like a light turned on, and I was like, holy shit, he was right. It takes a big person to do something like that. Like, you can say what you want to say, but it takes a big person to be like, hey, I was wrong. This is a 15-year-old kid, and he starts talking about how, his dad, he grew up in a very religious house, and his dad wants him to go into the military, but he doesn't want to, and he doesn't know how to get through it. And I guess weird. Made this feed real. A lot of times it's not real. It's just talking to bots or whatever. It's really bullshit. But when there's this 15-year-old kid, because at first my response is always gonna be like, dude, you're 15. Like, I'm just some guy on the fucking YouTube. Like, you shouldn't be listening to me about any of that shit. You should be talking to your family. But the issue was with the family to a degree. And, and I try not to, like, ever cross that line, and definitely don't encourage some kid to go against his family, unless his family, of course, is abusive in some way, but this kid's family wasn't. But I just encouraged him to be honest, The only thing you can do in that situation is be honest with your family. Be honest with your father. He's your father. He's going to love you no matter what. He might get mad at you, or he might get, disagree with you or whatever, but he's your dad. He's going to love you. And, I never heard from the kid again. I don't know if he got in trouble. Where did you hear this? Oh, I was watching this guy on YouTube, and you're not allowed to watch. I don't know. He's 15. If I still have enough control over my 15-year-old, if something along those lines happened, and I was like, I don't want you doing that, and you're not allowed to. If I find out you are, you're gonna get in trouble. Like, he wouldn't do it. Give it a year or two, and I can't say the same thing. But yeah. Weird. I wonder what happened to that kid. I hope he was alright. I mean, I know he was alright, but I hope everything worked out for the best. I hope. I guess I say that when I already know the answer, because if things would have worked out for the best, he would have come back and said so. So, obviously he got in trouble. I never heard from him again. Which sucks, But it's also, the door is always open, You never know if 3-4 years from now, if I'm still alive, and the kid doesn't come to the feed and say, hey, you remember me? And I'd be like, no, I don't trust you. You know, I don't trust anybody. Mary, what's happening? That's some powerful stuff. I hope he gets a hold of you and he's okay, right? Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, because again, it's like you're an adult. You and I talk. It's one thing, you know. You're responsible for yourself, and you know your others, and I do take that responsibility seriously. You know, I very much value my friendships, like I have with you, Mary, and whatnot. You know, we might not be like long time friends or even like great friends who spend time together or anything like that, but I value you a lot. And you know, I appreciate the accountability that you force me into. Like I have to be accountable for the things that I say. People like Mary pay attention, and I don't want to steer somebody in the wrong direction, and a lot of times I'm leery of it because, you know, like I tell you guys, like I don't encourage my kids to be truthers by any means, and it's actually difficult because osmosisly they've picked up on it all throughout the years, and you know, they feel very similar to me in certain ways. But like my oldest will say all the time, like, I'm not gonna do anything like you do, just look what's happened to you. Like he's an example of exactly what I say all the time. Like, you know, that's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to see me and see the hell, the turmoil that I'm put through, and not want it for yourself. You're more powerful than you think. I don't know. I don't know. You know, that because I am a modern day human being who has been programmed by society, you know, your measure of worth is associated with your bank account in one way or another. You know, I'm not saying like I'm completely superficial or anything like that, but you know, the life that I provide for my children, for my wife, you know, those kinds of things, like it's you know, it's not ideal, it's not what I want, and you know, you inherently base your success or your power or whatever you have, your value, on that sort of success. So that part really sucks. You know, I look at it from the perspective of like if I was somebody else, right? If I was talking to somebody else and they were like, "Well, Mary likes me," and it's like, "Yeah, well, who the fuck is Mary? Mary could be crazy, blah blah blah. That's just one person." Like, you know, not saying shit to you, you know what I mean? But like, that's what it comes down to is, you know, at the end of the day, am I censored, or is that just the excuse I make? You know, I don't know. Like, I try to put common sense into play, and you know, I try to be as critical and as skeptical as I can be, like I am with everything else. But, you know, at 2,500 subscribers, and the earlier video having, you know, 7 watchers, 6 watchers, and 12 likes, like something's not right there. That doesn't seem like that's how social media works. That's at least what I thought. You know, I didn't think if I consistently got thousands and thousands of views and it would consistently, you know, fluctuate, but, you know, seemingly go up, and like you would think it would continue to go up. It wouldn't be a situation where one day a switch would flip and suddenly I'm lucky to get 100 views. You know, things like that. Like, to me, that seems like censorship. You know, is that me just making excuses? I don't know. I don't know. I try to be the best I can be, and I try to, I just don't know. I know I would be skeptical of someone else, but then if somebody else told me, the same thing I can say, if they dealt with what I deal with, then I would absolutely say, dude, you're clearly censored. How can you not be censored? This poor person, this poor dude. God damn, it's fucking 7 degrees out. He's out here begging for a handout. I don't have any fucking money on me, or else I would have. I don't care if that dude goes out and gets a drink with the money. You don't give somebody money and then have stipulations for how they spend it. If you give somebody money, you gave them that money. They spend it how they need to spend it. And who am I to judge a homeless person? It's 27 degrees out and they want to get a drink. Go ahead. You do whatever the fuck you got to do to get by, dude. I understand. I absolutely think you're censored with your music alone. Then there's the truth you tell without the God narrative. You're the only one for a reason, and it's unfair. Again, like this is the battle that I have in my head. Like, I'm saying in my head, like, is Mary crazy? Is she just some weirdo? Like, am I just the flavor of the month? And she's done this with a bunch of other people before, and is this just my imagination? And then there's the other part of me that's like, well, you can't matter to a Mary that much, but suck and nobody else. It just those. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. Like, if I'm gonna matter that much to a Mary, then I'm going to matter that much to a lot of other people. Not everybody, obviously. We're all different, but there are similarities. There are currents that run in all of us and throughout, I don't know. Again, am I just crazy here? What am I doing? It's really fucking irritating. And it's not like it's something that you can then... Look at this building. Okay. What the fuck just happened? That was weird as hell. I was saying, look at that building and pillars and shit like that. I don't know what just happened, but that seems like an old Tartarian building right there. The whole area is an old Tartarian area. There's some churches right over there that are phenomenal. There's a bunch of weird buildings around here that really do fit that narrative. But yeah, I then, again, it's no knock on Mary. It's just, it's what you do. I'm so self-critical and I scrutinize so much. What's up, person? That, I can't just be like, oh, I'm awesome. Mary likes me because I'm awesome. Like, that's just not who I am. More than anything, I have to, like, get over it. Like, oh, Mary's just fucking with you. Like, that's my mentality. First and foremost, I'm going to think, like, I'm going to go negative. I'm going to say this person is just a troll. This person's just fucking around, Like, that's my immediate response. It's difficult, man. We just gotta get the right person to listen to you. That chance. I give you that chance, my friends. Like your music and like your lives that I share. I know you're battling yourself in your head, but I mean every word. And I appreciate it. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think you're lying. I think, again, that the both sides goes, well, yeah, crazy people like crazy shit. Just because you mean it doesn't mean it's true, sort of thing. Same thing I would say to a Christian or something like that. And again, I appreciate you more than you realize, but I'm just saying, these are the battles that I have to have in my head. If it wasn't, if I was as good as Mary thinks I am, then I wouldn't be fucking poor. That's the hardest part, is like, why am I poor then? Fuck do I gotta be poor for? I hate being poor. I could do so much more to actually help if I had money. If I had money, it wouldn't just be some selfish endeavor. If I had money, I'd be using it to do things and help people, and, you know. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be, you know, I don't know what people might think, that, you know, maybe I'm painting the wrong picture. I definitely wouldn't be the ATM for anything, and I'm already a cheap motherfucker as it is, and I'd be stingy, but I'd still be willing to help. Like, if you're somebody, I can judge your personality and see that you're somebody that actually, like, exists and tries, and, you know, look at that shit. And somebody just built that, no problem. Where the fuck did this guy want to meet? I might have to do something on here in a second, just to... She was like, let's meet here, and I don't remember there being something at this spot that he was saying, let's meet. The place that he was saying we should meet at. I don't remember. We'll see when we get to those crossroads. I just don't remember it being there. Nice to see you're still doing live. It's been a minute since I could tune in. Well, oh, it's TXT. What's up, man? I forgot your name. Is it Matt? I think it's Matt, isn't it? What's going on with you? Yeah, I haven't seen you or heard from you in like a year. It's been a whole year since we last communicated. What you need? I so badly want to do a deep dive into this building here. I need to look at what the complex name is. And, like, look at this shit. Look at how crazy that shit is. With the Jesus on the front. Look at that shit. What the fuck is that building? I'm gonna look it up when I get home. And finally realize what you need. Been super busy with work and the toddler. Well, that's good shit, man. That's always good. I like when I hear that people are busy living and not just suffering. You know, I haven't been on for a while because I had to suffer some more shit. You see that so often. There's a freaking thing here. Where the fuck is this place at? I had no idea there was one of these stores here. So I'm here. Let's see. Is there one of these stores here? If there is, why would they be hiding it? Why would they make it so hard to? Yeah, there's no. Alright, you guys gotta hang tight. Sorry. Seen that Venezuela shit? Yeah. Did you see all the stuff that man said about Israel? Like it's so obvious what this shit's about. Look at that. Goddamn menorahs. Why the fuck is there a menorah right there? God, I hate that shit, man. I hate it so much. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure this out. But towards the back of the lot in that section, I don't know where the fuck this guy's talking about. Good gravy, dude. What are you talking about? I don't know what the hell this dude's talking about. What did he say he's in? Red Jeep Compass. This motherfucker is supposed to be. This is not right. I'm near the Scientology capital, and I have that tool. They're both. I really wish I did more regarding Scientology. I need to look into it more. That was a red Jeep Compass. Was that the red Jeep Compass? Alright, hang on. I see the guy swing tight. Perfect. I will definitely drive the thing out to you for the extra $10. That's what's fun about being poor. Whoa, what the hell is that? Cold? Zipper on my belly, zipper on my belly. Oh man, you guys have no idea how much music I would produce if I was fame ass. if I had the access to, if I could work with all the producers I wanted to, and I'd be putting out songs every week or two if I could. And I have the material for it. I just don't have the matching person. And like, I give Charles all the credit. Like, listen, what I do is very limited. I can only who can decide to spit a song 90 miles an hour, or there's going to be a similarity to everything I do because it's my style. Now I can change up how I write songs, and I have two different distinct styles that I can use for writing songs. There's the standard, 2 and 4, 1 and, the bars rhyme into each other. But then there's the other style that's more just mine, where certain words rhyme at certain times, and there is no real structure. It's just the way it is. Was that zipper on my belly in the rhythm to teach me how to Dougie? I mean, everything is, when you break it down, like, aren't all the songs basically the same? If you start, self-criticizing and shit so much that you're always trying to come up with something new, there's only, the math is there. There's only, so many rhythms and so many words and so many. It's a time frame. And there's only so many different things you can do to create a rhythm or create a, So instead of worrying about that shit, you just make what comes to you. There's always going to be something that you might not even have heard it, or you might have heard it once, and you just happen to have that same rhythm in your head, or something. Like, it's all just, it's weird. But if you look at it, man, everything is like that. Everything is that way. Barb, go back and restart. It happened to me too. You're muted. That's weird. Now think about that, right? So think about that, Mary. How many people would know to restart and try again? How many people would think to do that instead of just going, oh, I guess this feed's busted, and then moving on? The vast majority of people are just going to give it that one try and move on. So why does my feed do that? Isn't that, pretty weird? It's pretty weird. Thank you, Mary. I always want to. Your name looks on here. It's not your name. So, they'll call people they're not their name unless they're like, that's my name. But because I know you're censored. Yeah, see, it's stuff like that where, and the thing is too, so the whole censored thing is a much deeper rabbit hole than on the surface, right? Because if you're willing to say that I'm censored, you then have to say, well, censored by who? How? For what? Like, those questions have to be answered if that is in fact the narrative. And that's the crazy part about it, right? Because then it starts getting into some dark territory, some dangerous territory, some scary territory. And that's weird. Because if I'm censored, then I'm important, right? And if I'm censored, and Alex Jones isn't censored, then I'm more important than Alex Jones. And it's this kind of shit where you just sort of, that's when things start to get weird. That's when, ego starts to set in and you're like, I don't want to be some sort of douchebag who thinks something that's not true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I always try to the me making myself feel better is the me saying I might not be censored. Because at this point, I don't think it's a question anymore. There's just far too much weird for it not to be the case. You're definitely more interesting than Alex Jones. Again, I don't mean to be an asshole, and I'm not trying to be an asshole. I want you to be better. So, the your and the than are wrong. Y-O-U-R and T-H-B-T-H-A-N. And I don't mean to be a douchebag, but again, it's not like some superiority complex or anything. It's that I want you to be right. I don't want some asshole, the people that pull the strings are the ones that are always looking for a reason not to listen. And if you happen to get that conversation with a string puller, and you say something and you get the you're wrong, or you get the than wrong, or whatever, the to, the there, that's going to be the immediate reason to discount anything you have to say. That's going to be the immediate reason to call you, not worth the effort, and move on. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't want you to be, I don't want you to lose. I don't want you to to fail. I don't, it's not about something like that, I'm just construction worker. My grammar is bad. I don't mind. See, and that's what a real person does, right? That's how a real person responds. A real person that can make a difference and whatnot, they go, yeah, you know what? I fucked up. Thanks for pointing it out. I'll be more cognizant of it next time. That's it. It's not something you sit here and defend. Oh, well, the phone did it. The phone picked the wrong word for me. Yeah, the computer fucked up. Dude, I commend you so much right now. You have no idea how many people have that something similar has happened, and they've had such a crybaby temper tantrum over it. And you are here showing the difference between the people that are going to the Goyim that are going to change the world, and the piece of shit that keep it this way. And it takes a fucking real badass, a real man, to be like, yeah, you know what, I fucked up. Thanks. That's so big I can't even tell you. I even sit here and I go, well, should I say something? Because I don't want to lose my viewers. I got to do everything to maintain my view count. I don't want to lose my viewers, but I want to be consistent and true to myself. And again, malicious intent, even when it comes to the trolls doing it. I only point it out because you're trying to smarter, stronger, faster, more skilled than I am, and I think that's funny when you can't even get your fucking shit right. I hold myself to those same standards. Look, I'm sitting here saying I'm fucking smarter than everyone else, right? If I then type something and I don't get the shit right, you better believe you should be pointing that shit out to me. Look at that. Look at this shit. Look at all this right here. This shit is crazy. Who built all this shit? But like I say, if I'm gonna present myself as that guy, well then you need to hold me to that standard. So if you notice when I'm talking, if I say, you're an idiot, but I use the wrong you're, oh, you better point it out. If you pay attention, you can hear a difference. So make sure you're paying attention, because like I say, call me the fuck out. You notice I used the wrong there, the wrong you're, the wrong to? Call me the fuck out. That's funny. Come on, that's funny. Come on, that was funny. Mad. Damn it. Fucking damn it. I should have went down the 8th mile instead of this. Fuck. Now I gotta go backwards so I can go get her goddamn shit. Oh, yeah, dude, I appreciate you. It's so crazy, this neighborhood. Like, this neighborhood is called Palmer Park. It's one of the richest black neighborhoods, I don't know, in the country, maybe? Definitely in Michigan. It's so rich. Used to be a golf course right across the street, and there's a cop shop, like, literally right there. But to think, like, this rich black neighborhood, I mean, look at these houses. You can even see back through the trees. That this rich black neighborhood is, when I say it's surrounded by the hood, you can't even imagine how shitty the hood is that butts up to this neighborhood. On all sides, on every side. Maybe not as much the north side. But south, east, west, all sides, it's hood that would scare the shit out of any of you. Look at that big ass house right there. That's a huge house. That brick one back there, that's somebody's house. Look at this shit. These are houses, right? So just watch how crazy this transition is, right? So we're coming down, just minding our own business in a really, really wealthy part of town. And then oh look, you can go down Parkside. Okay, hey, things are getting a little bit, hey, what the fuck? That's bolted up, but still we're in a decent part, I guess. It immediately turns into gates on the doors, bars on the windows. We're still here. Now there's a few nice houses sort of speckled in, and if you go back a little bit, there's nice houses, but just wait. We're almost there. We're gonna pass by this old world church that has no business being here. Just makes no fucking sense. Who built that goddamn building? And then as soon as look at this, as soon as we get here, womp womp, womp womp. Welcome to Shitsville. Welcome to the shittiest. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, man. You really should do a deep dive on those buildings. I mean, I want to. But, like, what's the point? So we cross the main road, which is Livernois. And then suddenly, it's just the shits. The shits. Dollar General. The Duplex City. Like, it's just the shits. That's the Detroit Public Library. It's the library. I mean, this house, like in a nice neighborhood, that house is phenomenal. It's luxurious in a nice neighborhood. Even though the inside layouts of these houses, even though they look big, they're just the shits. There's the shit. They're the shits. But look at this. Look at how we've immediately gone to, what the fuck? We're less than a mile away from the richest black neighborhood, possibly in the country, definitely in Michigan. Oh, look. And there's the owners. Here's their fucking shit. Oh, look, they have a watchtower set up. And then here we go. Who built this place? Clearly it's Tartarian. Look at the top of it. Who built this? That's the University of Detroit, the Jesuit University. All think about that. Like, the Jesuits go to school surrounded by this. U of D, Mercy, Jesuit, whatever it is. Who did this? How did this happen like this? Look at these shithole houses. These things suck. This whole neighborhood sucks. All of this sucks. And guess what's here? Well, we get our chicken. Get that KFC. Do. KFC, a beauty supply store where you can get wigs. A gas station for your cigarettes. The Family Dollar. Oh, there's a nail place. Gotta get the nails did. Oil change. Oh, there's your shitty ass Little Caesars. Like, think about that. There are so many people that, you know, if you're within a mile of this place, like, if you don't have a car, then this is all you have. This is your world. Unless you can get somebody to give you a ride, this is your world. Thankfully, nowadays we have Uber, but that shit's still a lot more expensive than people, you know, could just go throwing around. Good old Checkers. You know you're in the hood when you start seeing Checkers or Rallies. Sucks, man. These people aren't meant to succeed. You're not meant to come out of this and be a successful person and a successful businessman and all that shit. You're not meant to succeed here. Hopefully you're tall enough or you're big enough that you can play a sport well. Or if you're willing to sell drugs, well, then that'll get you a decent life until you get caught, of course. And you will get caught. Everyone gets caught. There's a barbershop, wig shop, barbershop, tattoo shop, liquor store, barbershop, liquor store, pharmacy. It's all the same, man. And then, of course, big old fucking weird-ass mega church. Look at that shit. What the fuck is this? The Greater Emmanuel Institution, Church of God in Christ. There's your Coney. Gotta love your Coney. Pharmacy, get your drugs. I mean, again, another KFC? That's another KFC in less than a mile. Who do you think they're trying to appeal to? You ever see they clone Tyrone? I didn't see it either, but I saw a breakdown of it. And it sure does fucking fit. It sure does fit. You just asked me the exact same question I just said at the same time. Like, I literally wasn't reading your question when you said that. You said what I said word for word. Literally, I said, you ever see it? Like, I didn't even say, did you? I said, you ever see that? That's fucking weird. That is fucking weird. Why do you think that happens? Because it's not true? You think we're on that same fucking wavelength, picking up the same vibes? Because it's not true? And maybe it's you know, taking it literally, that they're literally cloning people. I don't know, maybe. But the reality is, you know, they're you know, metaphorically cloning people left and right. All the black people out here are the same. quick to fight, quick to commit crime if you say a single word. You know, obsessed with the worst thing, guns and fucking, you know, black culture, which is, you know, tattoos and wigs and, you know, and religion. Gotta have your religion, but, you know, I mean, it's what they grew up with. It's how they were engineered to be. Fat Boys Steak and Chicken. That didn't last very long. So many of these places go out of business. They show up, they're in for a minute, and then they go out of business. Go out of business, all of them. City cleaners. Shitty used car shop. Barbershop, lots of barbershops. Look at this shit. And then you get these weird-ass Tartarian buildings that are all shuttered up. They've been this way for years. All this shit's been this way for years. You're telling me nobody has to pay the taxes or anything on that? Like, who owns all that? Somebody has to pay taxes on that shit. Somebody has to pay taxes on all of this. Who owns all of this blight that they just leave like this? Don't you think it's fucking strange that all of this is allowed to exist this way? Nobody's required to clean this up. Nobody's required to put money into it. Yet if I don't cut my grass in enough time, they're going to come give me a ticket. I mean, it's fucking wild. Yeah. And then you have this big ugly ass church. This is a much more modern church. You can just tell by the basic designs of it. But then you have this shit. Like, look at all those broken windows and shit. You telling me nobody's responsible for the upkeep of any of this? The prayer house? Delure Suites? What the fuck is that even supposed to be? Delure Suites. They got black curtains up. I have no idea what it is. It doesn't advertise for anything. And they actually have two buildings next door to each other. 17340 and 17338. Delure Suites and Delure. That's fucking weird. Look at this shit. For sale, for sale, for sale. Look at all these fucking dead tombstones. I call these tombstones. They're all these tombstones just lining the streets, showing lives and dreams and hopes. And, you know, at some point somebody thought that they were gonna do big things and good things in that space, and then their dreams were crushed. And it probably wasn't even by their own fault. Some shit happened. You know, the rent got jacked up, the taxes got too high, you know, something. We live in a nightmare. This is a fucking nightmare. Look at this shit. Look at all this. Imagine you grew up here. Imagine this is what you grew up in. Other than, I don't want this anymore, what kind of motivation do you get living out here? What kind of hope do you have? Oh, the Dollar District. Oh, there's another Presbyterian church. Another big-ass church stealing from the black community. Selling them hopes and dreams, knowing that shit's not going to come true. Oh, yeah, just keep giving us money, and then Jesus will show you the favor that none of your relatives or anyone you know has ever received. But just trust me, it'll come to you if you just keep giving us money. Oh, there's that big-ass fucking tower, though. Definitely got those laying around. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. How do you come out of this? How many famous people do you think have come out? How many neurosurgeons do you think have come out of these neighborhoods? Other than people that can you know, hit a ball, dribble a ball, run with a ball. Other than people that are good with balls, how many people do you think came out of this area and succeeded immensely in this world. Architects, engineers, doctors, lawyers. How many of those people do you think came out of these areas? That's so sad. Where can the homeless people go around there? Probably overpopulated shelter. Well, I mean, there's literally like so many tombstone houses that I'm sure they can stay. But no, there's no... You haven't seen me go by a homeless shelter because there aren't any. The schools around here are atrocious. Atrocious. You can't even fucking imagine. You can't imagine. And these are the type of schools that have like metal detectors when you go through them and shit. This shit is... Look at this. So this is like one of the main areas of this area, like the main shopping plaza kind of area. So it's the Apollo Market. Of course, it's the Apollo Market because when it's black people, everything has to be Apollo. I wonder what that has to do with it. Like, it's actually kind of strange when you think about it. Think about how many different black things that you've seen or heard of that have Apollo in them. Interesting. COVID and flu shots are there. You want your COVID and flu shot, you can get it from them. They have that. H&R Block, there's a Foot Locker. You know, appeal to the lowest. Barbershop. Cleaners. Pizza place, little shitty diner. It's all the same, man. It's all the same. Apollo is don't fly too high. Is that really the connection? Because that's I mean, it makes fucking sense, but like, is Apollo the one that flew too high to the sun and burnt the wings? I thought Apollo was the god. No, Apollo's the angel that burnt his wings. Oh, that's fucking huge. That is fucking huge. I mean, seriously, imagine the kids that live in these apartments. Imagine what it's like. This is the neighborhood you live in. This shit. Where are you going to play? What are you going to go play? And what kind of parents would let their kids who live in these neighborhoods leave? So this is an old project. They reopened. They used to be closed, but I guess they reopened them. Those are like Section 8 houses. That's the Detroit Learning Academy. It's so fucking scary out here. This used to be a Burger King that like was notorious for people getting robbed, and like the drive-through window had bulletproof glass, and the glass had all kinds of like chips and marks in it and shit, because people were constantly getting robbed there, so much so that Burger King had to pull out. And if you think about it, in this little area, like, they would have made a shit ton of money because they were the only people. This used to be a golf course. There used to be a fucking golf course in the middle of this goddamn hood. You know, I'm going to play golf. I want to go to the fucking hood and possibly get shot doing it. Yeah, it's Icarus. Apollo is just a sun god. Oh. No, that would have made more sense. I didn't think it sounded right. I thought Icarus... I thought it was... Icarus was in, like... I was on the tip of my tongue. I knew it was something like that. I didn't think it was Apollo. Then you have this giant fucking mega monster church here. Detroit police actually pulling somebody over. They must have been doing something. Look at this shit. Look at that fucking church, man. It's such a huge monstrosity. Such an eyesore in the middle of this destitute area full of nothing. Absolute nothing. Shit. Look at these shit-ass apartments. Somebody was squatting in that one because I don't think those are livable. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I saw a light in one of the windows, though. Imagine that. Imagine what it's like to grow up here. Imagine the kids, the little kids that don't know anything. They're just here and they think like this is what they're worth. You know? This is what your value is. And your parents are these ignorant fucking stereotypes that were raised in the same environment and, you know, with that same set of value, that same sense of value and all that. Like it's just a nightmare. And this isn't, you're not going to find these neighborhoods for the whites. This isn't what white neighborhoods look like. This is specifically the black neighborhoods where a lot of white people live, but this is where the blacks were huddled into. You know, we're south of 8 Mile. 8 Mile used to be the cross. You cross over 8 Mile and the whites lived on the north side and blacks were, I mean, you know, outwardly discouraged from crossing. The cops would wait at the border, and if you were black, they would pull you over. I mean, they still do that on Jefferson. If you cross over, what the fuck? Not Chalmers, but Alter, yeah. The street is called Alter, which is funny. So it's like it's either it gets altered or an altar. Both things are fucking convenient naming of the thing for sure. Bro is raging over black people. Yes, I am raging over black people. That sounds like me. And now we're in the more white trashy area, where this area is supposed to be, you know, where more white people are sort of funneled into. And you see a difference. It doesn't look as bad. You still get your Checkers and but you know, at least you have your Aldi. You have your Mamma Mia's, which is a pretty famous Italian restaurant. You have your, you know, a food service place where people can actually get produce. You realize, like, that's the first place that I've passed that people can get produce. Think about that, man. It's just so crazy. You know, think about where do people get their fruits and vegetables from? How many people that live in those areas that don't have cars? They have to get their food from the corner market. That's why so many of those corner markets sell fucking, you know, fried chicken and mac and cheese and fish and, you know, all fried nasty shit. Like, see, I mean, it's still shitty, but it's not as shitty. But you have all these places. Like, what are these businesses? Who are these businesses? Who makes money off of these businesses? And I always think it's weird when you go to the mall and you walk around and you see like certain stores where, you know, they might see 1 or 2 people a day. And those people are generally like looky-loos. And you just think, well, how does this store stay open? How are they paying their rent? This used to be a Salvation Army. I used to love to go there and buy paintings and shit. I wish I would have known about cards when I first started buying paintings. That would have been such a smarter thing to buy. And it would have been taking up much less room. Oh, nobody gives a shit. I'm not even going to bother reading what your dumbass has to say. So, Great Lakes Pawn. There you go. Lots of pawn shops around here. There's Cirilla's. Used to be called Priscilla's, but then there was a fucking a falling out or some shit, or they got sued over the name, so they changed it to Cirilla's. And they survived. Worked out well. Oh. Get the fuck out of the way. Shit hanging. Come on, bitch. Get to texting me. Better hurry up. Come on. Let's see, is she gonna call me back in enough time, or am I gonna leave? She's fucked. I can't remember what she said, so she can eat a bag of poop. Sorry, Charlie. I tried. You didn't answer when I called. There she is. Alright, sorry. Stupid girl. Stupid girl! Hi, can I have a large triple mocha with whipped cream, a frozen triple mocha with whipped cream?
What size?
Large.
Large frozen coffee with triple mocha.
Yeah, that milkshake thing you guys make my wife every day.
The frozen coffee.
Yeah. The frozen.
Slushy.
Yeah.
That's the one, right?
Yep.
Large frozen coffee with mocha. Anything else?
No, thank you.
You would like to have whipped cream on it?
Yes, please.
Please whipped cream, but
Wow, she's a fucking dumb. You know my wife's goddamn orders. She comes here 85 times a fucking day. Oh boy. Hang on. Hang on. Get this feeling out of my head. Madness is taking control. I don't even know what the hell is it back on. Terrible. Why do so many Indians like Dunkin' Donuts? I wonder what the connection is. I mean, it's just because it's a smart business move and they're just smarter than the average person. Like the average white person. It's so weird. I wonder what language they speak. They speak Farsi. Have you ever eaten chusta?
Chusta?
Yeah.
No.
No? I see it cooked on YouTube all the time. It's a dish from...
I never heard that name.
Never heard of chusta? It's always with mutton, so it comes with mutton. I don't know. I'm just some dumb American, you know?
No, you're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Oh, these fucking idiots. God damn, they're dumb. I think this is the thing she gets. Oh, this is a terrible spot. Trying to eat her whipped cream. I fucking hate this shit, man. This is such a waste of money. This is such a goddamn racket. God damn it. It's everywhere. It's like a milkshake. Jesus Christ. Oh. Mad. Ooh. Oh, I don't get brain freezes, but I get chest freezes. Oh. Oh, it hurts. Oh, that's terrible. That's an awful feeling. Oh, what a horrible feeling it must be to freeze to death, or to burn to death, or something along those lines. What a just an awful feeling. Like if you think about just think about like freezing it. Like think about what I just described, the brain freeze or the chest freeze, whatever it comes from ingesting cold foods. Imagine then like what that's like without going away 10 seconds later. I don't think I got the right one. I'm gonna poop a nightmare because I'm drinking this shit. Coffee makes me poop. This shit is like sugar, just sugar overload. My wife drinks at least one of these a day. I can't imagine if the shit goes down. I don't think we're gonna be ready. When the shit goes down, you better be ready. When the shit goes down, you better be ready. When the shit goes down. That's how I heard it. Is it weird that I think about Aaron Bushnell every day? No, it's honorable, and you know, you should. I wish I could say the same thing. Sorry, couldn't stop. No, everybody should think about Aaron Bushnell every day. He should be considered a national hero. He should be, elevated to the position of, to the point where, when that's said, the majority of the people on here don't go, who? Let's be honest. How many people of you actually know who Aaron Bushnell is? These guys are walking around like this, and it's 27 degrees out. They don't have anything on. What the fuck is he? Nobody but me? Really? Are you serious? Craig, you don't know who he is? I bet you know who he is if I tell you who he is. I think you might not know his name, but you've heard of dude. So Aaron Bushnell, and this is something like, it's weird because I'm never one to tell you to look up something like awful, right? Because it's awful to look at. But and you just got to think like what he didn't work. It didn't have the effect it should have had. And it's it's awful. It really is awful. And like, he did it to for a message, and he did it to bring attention to Palestine and all that, but it essentially failed because it didn't do anything. People fish pricks, and that's all they ever will be. And shit stains. Christ on a cracker. When it goes down, you better be ready. When it goes down, when it goes down.
Let me get 1350 pump through.
We got zero coverage, right? It's crazy. And this was a decorated serviceman who lit himself on fire in front of the consulate, screaming "Free Palestine" until he couldn't stand up anymore. Like it's a crazy video. It's just crazy. But you know, yeah, you should watch it, but you shouldn't. Hey, what's going on, man? It worked. And let me get a Mega Millions or whatever, the big one.
Powerball?
Yeah.
Mega Millions?
I don't know.
Million is $5. Powerball is
2.
$2.
Oh. Thanks, man. You do the same. Oh, sorry about that.
What's up, bro?
I look like Jadavion. Oh, sorry. Then they said he probably had mental problems to justify their narrative. Oh, it's fucking crazy. Like he was. It's really hard to like. Like I don't support his narrative even a little bit. Like nobody should fucking do that. Israelis should do that all the time. Israelis, Jews should light themselves on fire for Israeli justice every day. That would be awesome. And I think they would make a really powerful statement. Outside of that, I don't think anybody else should do anything even close to that because it's yeah, it was bad. It was really, really fucking bad. And like it's so hard to watch. You know, because he's going, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, and then he just falls down. And, I mean, it's fucking brutal. It really is just, it's awful. When it goes down, you better be ready. Goes down when it goes down, you better be ready. When it goes down. Hey, monkey boy. Hey there, monkey boy. I tell you what to do. I'm your boss, okay, monkey boy? I'm your boss, monkey boy. You're not trying to get my job. Yeah, we got you. Fucking dork.
Dad, can you take this? Fridge, please. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Bite my nuggets. When it goes down, you better be ready. Oh yeah, and then here. This is here.
Yeah.
20.
I don't want it.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Dude, take that. Take that. Okay, well, you don't have a choice. No, you don't. No, ¿qué pasó?
You're farting. Hey, wanna play again?
I want to play in a minute. Figure last day we should probably play stuff. Like golf! We can play, you guys can play one more game of golf with your dad. When the goes down, you better be ready. When the goes down. Becky.
Oh my god.
Becky.
This is mocha?
I knew they got the wrong thing. She was fucking stupid. It's just iced coffee. It's good. Tastes right?
It's alright.
Tastes the fucking same. Doesn't have the chocolate drippings on it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. When the goes down, just a kitty. You better be ready. When the goes down. And after all that, we are left with $3.
What?
After all that, we are left with $3. After buying your thing, buying a lottery ticket, buying some snacks for the boys, and giving Nick $20, we're done.
Okay, so we owe
Nick 10.
Nathan 50 cents.
Mm-hmm. When it goes down. Yeah, Aaron Bushnell should be considered a hero, but then at the same time, it's just like, that's the worst thing you can do. You know, that guy, what did he do? You know, the story was buried. Nobody knows about it. Wife, who's Aaron Bushnell?
Who's there?
Oh, it's so weird. Like you get to the video and you think maybe I'm on the wrong video, because he's just walking all casually like, yep, hey, my name's Aaron Bushnell. I'm a this guy, sergeant, this, that, whatever. And I'm gonna do this for Palestine. And he just stops and he pours the gas on his head, and then he lights the shit and he just goes up and he's free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. And then he just falls down. He doesn't scream. He doesn't do anything. It's fucking insane. It's so insane. The mental state you would have to be in. Well, you know, I mean, I can understand that if I'm not. It's not like they see the video perspective. They didn't get to watch the video. They didn't know what he was doing. They don't know anything about this guy. You know, they can't even see probably who it is at this point because he's so burnt beyond recognition. He's so foobar. Aaron, that's weird. I mean, you know, those were those. So it's hard to think about it like that, but like, you know, the million fucking people hoping to get, you know, hoping to get by. Most people are, you know, they're scared. I know. You think I don't notice the fucking ovens on and the smell in the house? You zucchini bread? You fucking donut? You know, so like the military, the police, these aren't the bad guys per se.
Hey, my watermelon, boy.
You have it.
Hey, you have any moon potions?
That is a busted watermelon. Not good at all.
Potions?
It's got decent flavor, but it's got a yucky chew.
Hey.
Did you get your sheets done? Okay, so why hasn't that happened?
Because you never asked, Nathan.
I absolutely asked you to.
And
so-
I can
so-
do it with him.
Right, you guys can do that real quick. Turn this off and let's get that done, please. You know, so it's not like the soldiers are bad guys, you know. And we have to stop thinking about it that way. The reason why women are key to the revolution is because women can talk. Women are the, you know, the link. Women don't need to tell their soldier, police, you know, whatever position, their husband, their son, their you know, their boyfriend, their, you know, whatever position that the female is in. They need to use that and say, look, son, look, father, look, boyfriend, you know, husband, you are going to be sent off to go while you're rounding up some family on the other side of the country, just following orders. Somebody dressed just like you is going to be rounding us up. Again, just following orders. Can you make a banana bread?
Our bananas are too ripe, but yeah.
Okay. Or a carrot cake would be nice too. Since you never make me anything.
Gross, and I just made you a fucking
What are you talking about? Ooh, carrot cake with that cheesecake topping on it would be good. What do you mean carrot cake's gross? Carrot cake's amazing. Well, I didn't ask you to make it for you, now did I? Bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Look at that. Fucking A. She's threatening to hit me again, and because I'm so used to her hitting me all the time, I'm like, all jumpy and shit. I have abused wife syndrome. I don't have to do a goddamn thing. You're fine.
I cut watermelon, I cut
Oh, look at you. You did stuff.
bread,
You did stuff.
recipes,
Mm-hmm.
done all kinds of shit.
And how much money did that make any of us? Nothing. So, while I was out making money, you was doing nothing.
$3.
I made way more than $3, ho. $3 is just your cut. This is what you get. That's just your allowance for the day. I give my wife an allowance. It's so the opposite. And my allowance is every so often I buy something on eBay that I'm not supposed to. And that's it. And then I gotta hear about it. Whack-a, 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 nigger, 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 nigger. Nigger, 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 nigger. And that's why your father's a nigger and your mother's, and she says all these horrible things.
Listen to that mouth.
Yeah, where do you think I learned it from? I heard it from you. I learned it from you, okay? My great grandfather used to say, I could never marry a white woman because we'd get in a fight one day and she'd call me a nigger and I'd have to kill her. And he was serious. He was fucking serious. Because, you know, black people have been engineered to commit crimes at the utterance of a word. Black people have been triggered to act like ignorant morons, ignorant, violent fucking morons, when somebody calls them ignorant. Ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day.
God.
It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's a good advice that you just can't take. And who would have thought it figured? Mr. Play It Safe was afraid to fly. He packed his suitcase, kissed his kids goodbye. He waited his whole damn life to take that flight. And as the plane crashed down, he thought, well, isn't this nice? And isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
You think? A little too ironic. Yeah, I really do think. It's like stealing land when you're bombing kids. You know, because she's a fucking piece of shit, Jew.
Wow.
She is. And her story with Dave Coulier, like, getting with her when she was a child and all that, that should have been like a bigger thing than it was. You know? You know, Uncle Joey? Perfect with your drive around town. I like that Alanis Morissette song. The one song, no, where she's like, ooh, this could get messy, but ooh, I don't seem to mind. Don't go telling everybody you wash your hands clean of this. There's something in the water, and I was drinking it the other day, and I fell asleep on the stereo. You know that song. You're telling everybody. I like that song. It's so funny, like, growing up, all the songs that I was like, that's not a bad song, but then you, like, even the Backstreet Boys. I remember thinking, like, that bye, bye, bye bullshit song. It's like, you know, what of that music is? You know, that cheesy pop bullshit. You're telling me somehow Michael Jackson talking about Thriller? Cause this is talking about some fucking monsters and shit. That's better. Woo! Doom doom. Doom doom. It's weird. I try to tell my kids about it, like they just can't understand how big Michael Jackson was, how big Thriller was. You know, they can't understand that people were like, fucking A, that's good music. I'm gonna start dressing like that weirdo. Meow. I'm thinking of that Alanis Morissette song, but I can't think of it. I'm trying to think of it, but I can't. a supposed crime. Alanis. She was on the show You Can't Do That on Television, which is fucking terrible. You know why You Can't Do That on Television doesn't get talked about more? Because that shit is so fucking pedophilic and just like cringy, weird, some sick fucks fantasy kind of shit that it's just sort of been pushed away. But like everything about that show was just like brazen, sort of look what we can do. Look what I can do. I was just telling my kids the same thing. Which thing? You know, I want to, like, you know, as much as equality, and there's this sort of like, there's this false narrative, and my wife is a real big perpetuator of it. But like, that guys have it so much better than chicks do. And I don't think that's the truth. I think maybe some dudes do. But I don't think people realize just how difficult it is to be a guy. You know? How many different things you have to like... You know, like even when it comes down to making whoopee, you know? Like, you better be good at it, or else you're going to get a bad reputation and all this other shit. Like, that's just weird. We have so many more pressures that we have to live with. We have to be able to perform. During sex, you guys don't do shit. You know, that's our job. We better be good at it. You don't ever hear about some guy being like people say, oh yeah, she just laid there and that was terrible. But they still go back and get more if they can. I'm so, I don't know about Michael Jackson. I'm so on the fence with him. Definitely a weird motherfucker and all that, but the thing about him is they use like the best resources that the system has available to it to try to pin crimes on him for over a decade. And they did it like he was the darling of everything until he started buying up music publishing rights and music catalogs of famous people, and then not wanting to play ball with the friar owners who, you know, wanted to use that music for a commercial or wanted to do this or wanted to do that. Michael was like, oh no, fuck you, that's mine. I bought those publishing rights. I bought this. I own that. I own all my stuff. And they first, you know, they first started with the Jacko the Wacko thing, which is, you know, Jacko the Wacko is like some early 1900s chimp monkey, like it was a racial slur sort of thing that they first tried to do. And then they, you know, and then it just progressed. The more that he would speak out, the more that he would buy up, the more that he would do, they would, you know, the more that they would get pissed off. And then the song that got him killed is all I got to say is they don't care about what?
I don't. It's
Okay.
simplifying and, you know.
And
Besides, look at the
this
first one.
Yeah, I know what it is. I know what the first one is.
What happened?
It's just look. It's right there. No, it's right there. Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? Let me see.
It's 2x.
Okay. So,
Yeah, this is new math for me. And it says simplify the expression.
okay, so simplifying,
I know what simplifying is.
we go left to right, right?
Mhm.
So we would go, you start with the ones on the left. So we would have to make this a minus. You know, when you bring it down, when you simplify, you bring it down. This turns into minus 18. So where's your phone?
That's one of the easier ones, though.
Wait.
It's stuff like x minus x.
Okay, but
plus
what's
15.
what's minus 18 minus 12?
Minus 18 minus 12.
Do you know what order
Yeah,
that goes in?
Yeah, so it's negative plus negative equals positive, but positive plus negative or negative plus positive equals
What?
negative. Negative plus negative equals positive. So wait, it's minus 18 minus 12, right? Minus 18 minus 12. Minus negative.
I think this is right. I don't even know if I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
This is where we might need mom here, but.
Yeah, let's get mom. I'm not.
But wait, let's keep going. So it's negative 30. Don't stop.
What?
Negative 30, and then this is 10. 10 plus negative 30 is negative 20. Let's see if that's the correct answer. We'll see. If not, then we need mom.
She just sulking and the girl are rusted.
Domain was great. I actually created domain the last 2 times one. Actually,
I've had her, but
the first time all abilities from allies, enemies, and support cards are disabled. All living opponents. Thank you. Until the domain attack their next living ally for 20% of their damage. So basically, it's just busted. But I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna use my heavy hitters.
Okay, so the answers for these are actually much more complex. So yeah, mom needs to come help with this because I don't know what I'm doing.
can I get a phone?
No. Well, yeah, but mom's gonna be right down. So. Hey, mom, can you come help with this math? Because I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and jump because I want to get better at learning this math too. So I think I can figure it out. Here, we'll finish this pool real quick. We'll figure it out. Go down. I'm gonna go figure it out. No, the thing is, again, having this amazing computer at our hands, I can put the equation into the Google machine, and the Google machine will not only tell me the answers, but it'll tell me the steps. And once it tells me the steps, then I can figure that out and apply it to the next problem. But I don't ever remember even having this math in school. I don't think I ever got this high. Which is strange because, again, I scored so high on the test. But even the math tests, you know, the GED didn't do this kind of math. Again, why is T-Pain a thing? Isn't it strange on the top? In the Mad Hatter hat. Oh yeah. Oy vey. All right. Mary, I appreciate you being here. You're the best. You know, of course, I'm a big Mary fan. Mary's a Guy fan. Mary's a TBG fan, so I'm a big Mary fan. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. And you pedophiles, kill yourself.